And welcome, guys, to our team call. We are officially welcome February, and we are also kicking off Team Cup Challenge. And I know to many of you, this is a new name, a new title to something, and you may not know what on earth we're trying to do. But in essence, it's a friendly competition where we get together in a group of five. Sometimes it's different, but this time it's in a group of five. And the goal is to do what we normally do, which is to help other people reach their goals and just do our normal activities and our normal behavior, but now with a little bit of more intention and because we're trying to do something as a team. Okay. So the goal is to help people with their goals. And you'll hear us talk a lot about Achieving Success Club. You'll hear us talk about goals. And that's kind of like what the breakdown of today's call is going to be. So I kind of wrote down a few points that I want to kind of like give you my point of view. I really hope that you guys reviewed or listened to the live that Mickey and Saudi did on Team Eagle, because they broke it down into like deeper steps to what it means to have volume, what it means to set yourself up with an income goal, what does that look like when you match it to your challenge group sales, etc. So we're not going to go into that today. We really want you to take the time and go and watch the Team Eagle recording. I
I
posted
post
the link.
the link.
I'm getting
I'm getting
feedback. Are you
feedback. Are
getting
you can?
Hello? No se fue ahí. Okay, so I posted the link, and I'm thankful that Maria said she couldn't see it. She was getting a black screen, and that means you're not in the group. So just so that you know, again, we're all new. There's a lot of new members in our team. So Team Eagle is our mother organization, right? So we're part of an umbrella, and the big umbrella is Beachbody, right? That's Team Beachbody. That's the 400,000 coaches in the network. Within that team, we have a sponsor. The sponsor comes from Team Eagle. Team Eagle is the motherboard. Team Eagle is where my sponsor comes from. So that's where Mickey Fernandez is. That's where Salvi Almontes is. And that's where like our house is. But it's a big team. We're a team of 10,000. So my home, right? So I'm the daughter of Mickey and Saudi. Now I have my home where I'm duplicating the same idea in a smaller circle, and that is inside of Team Conquer. So that is our home. That is where, a lot of the things are repeated from Team Eagle into Team Conquer, just so that a lot of times we get overwhelmed and we get lost, so that Team Conquer is where you can come in and ask questions. We also have the extension, the other branch, which is Fearless Fit Lounge, right? Fearless Fit, that's the one that Saudi runs, Saudi Almonte. And it's where there's a lot of like trainings, and sometimes you may have questions and you need them answered. And in Team Conquer, it's pretty quiet. So you may want to go to Fearless Fit and get your answers right there and then. So I just wanted to give you a rundown about that, because sometimes we don't know where we are and we're lost. And as long as you can mute the notification and make it your responsibility to check in those groups to see what is happening. Recognitions usually happen in those teams. The national, like the calls on Monday, there's usually a call and it is usually announced. There's interactivity, like Mickey and Saudi are more experienced. So they will share with us what works and what they know. And they usually are very knowledgeable and they put the information out there. So that's what we'll be talking about. All right. So we're talking about today about mindset as we enter Team Cup. We're going to talk about setting clear goals and how that is going to help us. Posting with intention. And if you can mute your phones, that would be absolutely helpful. Posting with intention And then the final thing is going to be using your tools and abusing of them. All right. So I'm going to start off, and then I have Michelle helping me out tonight. She's going to be interjecting. Michelle Collazo is one of the leaders on our team, and she's been with us for quite some time now. She's participated in other team cups, and she will be sharing a little bit of her input as well. So let me start by saying that success is a mindset. I know that a lot of times we're stepping into this journey, this challenge now, as not just into our health and fitness journey, but now we're putting ourselves out there in the open, where we're going to be judged by others, where we're going to be rejected, where we're going to be criticized, where we're going to be questioned. And that is okay. We are going to be successful because we intend to be successful. It is something that doesn't happen by chance. It is something that we set out to do and we create. I love social media because of the fact that social media has block buttons. It has delete. You choose who you want to engage in conversation with, and you choose who you want to ignore. The goal is to set yourself up with the idea that you're doing this for yourself to achieve a goal, right? And if you're doing this as a business, it's because you want to achieve an income goal, okay? So in your mind, just like you treat your job, your career, what you show up to with respect, I encourage you to do the same with this business. I know you didn't pay, I don't know how much, maybe $40,000, $50,000 to start this business, but that $160 investment that you did can give you back a lot more in return if you treat it with respect. What do I mean by that? So what I mean by that is when you get started with your vitals, show up in a consistent basis no matter what. Just do it. Just like when you have to do your workout, you don't skip on your workout. Don't skip on your vital activities, your income producing activities for your business. Just set yourself up in your mind that you're going to show up no matter what. And I really wanted to tackle the idea that you're not going to go into this business with your emotions. That is a lie. You're not going to feel like showing up every single month and asking people to join you every single month and coming up with a quote or a post every single day. You're not going to feel it. It's not going to happen. But what is going to happen is if you have a clear intention on why is it that you're doing, what is the benefit that you're going to do or get out of once you do this, then you're going to do it even if you don't want to. And that's what I have to do every single month. That's what I have to do every single day when I get up. So I made this my full-time career, but it didn't always start this way. I started off as a part-time business builder. I was a full-time teacher, and in my mind, I knew that I wanted to make extra income. My goal was literally to cover the cost of my Shakeology. So I set the intention that every single day I was going to share my journey. I was going to post with value into my social media. I didn't know much, but I was willing to learn, practice, fail, and learn and grow as I learned and went along. And then I was going to always invite people into something that I was doing. And if I didn't know something, I would Google it, I would watch a video, I would practice and just put it into practice. I wouldn't stay just thinking about it because thinking doesn't make any moves. And little by little, as I helped more people, more income started to come in. And that's when I scheduled my time to work the business. And I would schedule time before I went to work and time after work and time inside of my job. Why? Because I needed to, number one, learn like the lingo. Learn what is it that we say, what is not good to say. And I also needed to set up time to get on the phone with people. Because I found that if I can speak to you from the heart of what I'm going through, I'm going to bring my point across in a more natural way, and I'm not going to be selling you something. I'm going to talk to you from a personal experience. So I had to have a schedule, and I knew in my agenda what that schedule looked like. So I'm going to ask you to do the same. Don't go into this month of February blindsided, saying, I'm going to see, when I can, or I'm going to just do it on the weekends because that's when I have free time. It's not going to work. It has to happen every single day. Now, some people, it works if you do 1 hour straight. Other people, it works if you do it in blocks of 20 minutes. And if you set yourself up with like the 4 vitals that you must do on a daily basis, like if your social media and your Facebook or your Instagram, that's your storefront. If you don't open shop every single day, you're setting yourself up to not be successful in your business. And if you're posting once a day during Team Cup, you're setting yourself up to not be successful. I love what Mickey and Saudi were sharing, which is the general idea on what to post and how to spread those posts out. And they shared what do they call it? They shared, it's I downloaded it too. I'll share it with you guys. It's ahora mismo se me fue. It's the Facebook, the SOS, the Facebook guide. It will look something like this. So if you're posting with intention, this is what you're going to be doing, and you have a follow through that you can use. So you're going to check what the video that they mentioned, and they go over Marina Simone's idea on how to post. So what to avoid when posting, and you're going to empower, you're going to educate, and you're going to entertain people. And you're also going to post personal posts. You're going to do lives, but you're not doing this every single day. You're breaking it down. This file, I'm going to upload it into our team page, and it is also in Team Eagle. As you listen to the video, you'll get more information about it, okay? And there's also, there's going to be like an activity tracker. And here's the thing, you'll hear us and see that we share a lot of information about, here's a tracker that you could use. It's not for you to go and try every single one and drop what you're doing that's working for you. It's sharing ideas that may work. And if this one works, then stick with it. If you have already a tracker that is working for you, then stick with that tracker. But this kind of gives you an idea on what are the activities that are business building activities, income producing. So I know that we love to, learn from other people, and sometimes we get stuck. Like I feel like in the 80-day obsession test group, I want to be there and I want to listen to what everyone is posting, and I want to look at all the stories, and I want to hear all the videos, and I want to interact, and I want to be helpful. But that doesn't produce income for me. That does not help my business grow. So I have to be very jealous of my time. I don't have all day. So I make sure that I'm using my time wisely. I'm using either to think about my post that I'm going to empower. I am using what am I going to be sharing. I am going to be, sending birthday messages, adding people to my list, taking people out. Okay. Now, and I want to stop here for a second because I want to ask you guys, because I think this is another one that came to mind, and Mickey mentioned it as well. Raise your hand if you feel sorry that you became a coach. Are you upset of the fact that you decided to say, you know what, let me give this a try?
If anything, it's the opposite.
Why would you say that?
Well, I'm going to go back. I'm glad that you started off with mindset, because it's actually one of the things that I am actually learning to really, because that's really one of the things that I constantly talk about. It's my mindset, and like how, like I battle a lot with my head. Like my head it has a personality. Like there's somebody in there, and I constantly fight with her. And I'm always like, she's always like, no, you can. And I'm like, yes, I can. Yes, I can. But it wasn't always like that. So being in a group like this and being surrounded by like-minded women and women of, that want to better themselves and are on this journey is very helpful, because nobody understands us but us. Nobody knows what we go through. You start off with like a superficial, and I say superficial because it kind of is like reason as to why you're joining a challenge group. You start off by, because I want to lose weight, because you are looking at the exterior. But in reality, like through the process, you realize that it's really internal, and the transformation. Once you realize like whatever battles you were going through, for me, it was really mindset. Once I started conquering that, then I realized, okay, this is where my transformation really started.
So what I want you to do is jot down 3 main things that Beachbody Coaching has done for you. What has it done for you? Because in essence, that's what you're going to bring people into you. So see, Michelle, you mentioned that it has helped you get out of your own mind. It has helped you get out of your own way. Perhaps in the past, if you had not been or bumped into this group of people, you would have always been like very negative, and everything would have been in the I can't, right?
Right.
So when you're speaking about the opportunity, you're speaking about that change. And that's an empowerment change, right? That's an add value post. That's something that you could use when, like every Thursday or on a Tuesday, you figure out in your calendar where you can sprinkle it and add value to people. Because believe it or not, a lot of people are missing out on a community of people who understand them. Like I remember being in a job where the cafeteria, the teacher's room was filled with gossip, people bickering and people talking behind the principal's back and arguing and complaining. And I hated going into that room. I'd rather stay in my classroom working. But now with Beachbody Coaching, I get to be in groups like this. And I love that, Michelle, because that's how we're able to share this. And I think you did something powerful as well, where you're a full-time employee. And in one of your posts, you shared that one of the benefits of being a coach is that you earn extra income. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
So my post was the first week of January. So I went back because I started in 2015, midway. So 6 months in, I went back that far and I started looking at how much I made that first January, then my second January, and then now my third January. And every, those 3 years, it actually increased. And the reason I think it's because of these types of things and like learning and also helping people. So it's basically knowing what your purpose is and what your intentions are and helping people. And you have to come from a place of love, because I know that a lot of times we're afraid. What it is, like you mentioned, just really like putting yourself out there, because this is our job, whether you do it part-time or full-time, like it's our job to really put ourselves out there and let people know that we're here to help, no matter how scared you are of what people are going to say, if they're going to judge you or whatever the case is. So honestly, like when I decided to make that post last month, I was scared because I kept thinking, but that's not a lot of money. I can't even remember how much it was that week. It was probably close to $300 or something for that week. It was like $280 something. And I was like, but that's not a lot of money. But to me, it was a lot of money, because that covered, because I paid for after school for my daughter. And that week I was able to make that after school money, and I didn't have to dig into my income from my job. So to me, that was a huge goal, and that was awesome for me. So I started thinking, I'm like, you know what, but who cares? I don't care if people think $280 is not a lot. But to me, it was everything.
And that's one thing that when you don't want to do something, you must attach. When you hear somebody, and I had to hear this many times in order for it to click in my head, because I'm a hard worker by nature. Like I work really hard. I have very strong work ethics. I'll show up consistently no matter what. Like you can count on that. But for me, it's like I wasn't very pushing goals right, on myself. I would just do things because I knew it was the right thing to do. But when you attach a goal to an emotion, that means you're going to show up no matter what. So Michelle may feel some days that she doesn't want to post, that she doesn't want to invite. But the fact that when she earns this extra income, it's going to help cover the cost of her child care, then that's going to make her push a little bit extra. What is it going to be for you? So I love the way that Mickey broke it down, and I took a snapshot of it. She shared that, let's say, for example, and I don't know, I'm not like the best at numbers, but let's say that you go ahead and you help 5 people get started with a challenge pack. That means that in the month of February, you have potential to earn $237. I want you to write down right now, what will $237 help you cover in the month of February? And then if you went, and if you're used to doing Success Club 5, if you're a brand new coach, then shoot for 5. And then if you get to 5, then move up to the next range, which would be Success Club 10. That would be helping 5 people. So you help 10, you sell 10 Success Club, 10 challenge packs, and you multiply that by the minimum commission rate, which is $47. Then that means you're going to earn $470 that month of February. Now, if you earned $470, what would that help you cover? Then if you helped 15 people get started with challenge packs at the minimum rate of $47, you would earn $705. 20 challenge packs would help you earn $940. And this is in commission rate. Now, there's team volume. So as a team, collectively, some of you are coaches, and then you have a coach in your network who is also working the business. So not only are you getting commissions, but because that coach is also working, you're also accumulating volume. So that all interjects and helps you earn income. And that, my friends, is the beginning of becoming unstoppable. And here's the thing that I want you to separate, okay? My father always said to me, like, nothing comes to your house, not even the water. Like, you have to pay someone to install the tubes, and you have to pay the city to supply water into your home. Like, nothing is for free. Therefore, your services are not for free. But you are a service leader. So you offer value. You offer support. You offer inspiration and motivation for free. But you help people with the necessary tools so that they can see change. And that's the difference. And sometimes we're like, yeah, but because I was one of those, I don't want to earn income out of people. You go to work and you're earning income from your career and from your job. So it's a mindset thing that you have what it takes. Now, for free, you have your Instagram, you have your Facebook open, and that's where you add value, that's where you motivate, that's where you inspire, that's where you invite. You will have people follow you for over a year, and then they will decide that they will join you. Hi, Cynthia. But then you will speak to the right person at the very right time, and that person will be ready for you to provide them with the tools necessary. These tools will cost them an investment. If you give things for free, people will not value it. If they invest in it, they will value. And what you are providing to them is something of value. You are not doing something that is a disservice. And that's where I'm at peace in my heart. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not selling something that is going to make people's hair fall out. I'm not selling pills that when people stop drinking them, they're going to revert back to their old habits and blow up like a balloon. I'm actually helping save marriages. I'm helping save incomes, home, and so are you. So when guilt comes into your mind, think again. Who am I providing service for? Who am I helping? And that is the next step. So we want to have like clear goals going into Team Cup. We want to know, okay, so I am going to earn income because I am going to help at least 5 people, right? And if you help 5 people, you're going to earn about $240, right? What is it? Does anyone want to share? What are you going to do with those $240? No me hagan hablar sola.
Me. I can tell you. My son is in daycare. There's a lot of people.
Mute yourself.
Is that better? I don't know what we. Well, my son is in daycare. I pay $705 a month for daycare. So any extra income is welcome. So I could actually keep something in my savings account. Well, headphones. Can you hear me?
I just want to help. I want to hear other people, because I think when we can hear, see, because that gives me drive to know that if I can help you earn $700 so that you can cover the cost of your daycare, to teach you the tools that you can be free, that helps me wake up at 5 a.m. and do what I got to do, because that inspires me, that I know that I'm not just doing this for myself, that I'm not just the only one earning income, that I'm helping you do the same. So I think if all of us have a common ground, understanding that we're not just doing this superficially, that we're not just doing it for the gossipers, like Lily was saying, we're doing it for a purpose with an intention. And we're going to become unstoppable, but it has to stay up here first. All right. So set clear goals. Know that no matter what, you're going to help 3 to 5 people in the month of February. We know that in order for you to have a successful business, you need a foundation. And that foundation is built by rank advancement. For those of you who are new, you start off as a coach. That means you start with yourself alone, and you may have a few customers underneath you. But when you sponsor another coach beneath you, and then you sponsor another coach on the opposite side, you become an emerald coach. Now, as a coach, you do not earn income because you don't have volume cycles. You earn commission, but you don't earn team volume cycles. As a coach, as an emerald coach, now you earn cycle bonuses, which is team cycles. So that means this coach underneath you and this coach underneath you are equivalent to a volume that is coming in to your bank account. And also your percentage rate is higher. So as a coach, you would get commission rate multiplied by 9. As an emerald, you get cycle bonus and commission rate multiplied by 14%. Then that is hiring your possibilities of higher income. How do you become an emerald? When I first started, and then this is something that I do every single month, I have 2 legs. I have a left leg and I have a right leg. My goal is to always keep those legs balanced. The first leg, I put somebody in. The next leg, I put somebody else in. If you have a spouse, I would recommend you sponsor your spouse on your weak leg, which could be your left or your right. And I always went with my family. Like, for those of you who are starting right away, your family members are the people who are going to be at the very top of your organization. Now, once you sponsor 2 coaches, that means you've already established a team. Oh my God, Onidis, but I'm not ready for that, because then that means I have to train them and I have to do exactly what you're doing. No, you do not. That's why you have a team, and that's why we are in this together. So you bring them into Team Conquer, you add them into Team Eagle, you add them into Fearless Fit, and you let them know that we're here to help and that the tools are available for them. They can use the product for the discount, or they can join you on the mission to help other people help and make changes to their lives as well. It's their choice, but at least you are already helping other people and you establish that. So if you help 3 people and 2 of those people come in as coaches and you balance your legs, that means you will rank advanced to Emerald. If you're already an Emerald, then your next step would be to move up to the following rank, which would be Ruby or Diamond. When you rank advanced, that earns points during the Cup Challenge. So we earn points for Success Club, but we also earn points for rank advancements. That is going to establish you as a business builder. Once you start doing this on a month-to-month basis and it becomes a non-negotiable, that means you're doing this because you want it for the long term. And I'm going to be honest with you, the people that you sign on are not going to stay with you forever. I am thankful that my sister is I think she's the second coach I signed up, and she's still with me. But after her, boy, a lot of people came and left. But she's been my ride or die, and you're going to find that ride or die as well. And what is your rank advancement, or what is your goal during Team Cup at this point?
My goal is my husband was Emerald, but he lost once you rank advanced and let's say he's an Emerald, he will always be an Emerald, but it's to solidify his Emerald status. And then also help Kelly, who's on my other leg. And it's so funny because Ricky and Kelly are cousins. So that's how Kelly and I know each other. So she helped her become Emerald. So then I can rank advance to Diamond.
Awesome.
So that's my goal for this this month, and also this quarter. It was a quarter goal, but hopefully this month.
So one thing that I do when I'm doing this, I'm a paper and pencil kind of person. So I always take a piece of paper, and that piece of paper, I make a little circle on the top, and I write my name on the very top. And then I go ahead, and on each side of the paper, I write 12 names. Okay? It looks a little bit like this. So I have 4 here and 4 here. But that's not 12. Here's why. Because these 4 people are going to sponsor them. When I'm in the mood of rank advancing to one position, everyone comes in as a coach for the discount. So I'm just doing a balancing act. If they come in and they tell me they're coming in straight because they want to work the business, they have some type of business or entrepreneurial mindset, I'm immediately going to put them in my weak leg. Because you have a weak and a strong leg. So then on each of those, I'm going to put the names of the people. You have a dream list, right? So you have your dreamers, the people who you think of. Those are the people you're going to plop down here. And then you're going to decide, okay, well, one of these is going to become an Emerald, which means that they now have 2 sponsored people on their side. And then on the other side, you're also going to sponsor 2 more people. So now you have 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 2 is 6 more. That is equivalent to 12. That's how you have, kind of like Jesus and his disciples, los 12 que fueron con él a la misión. So that's how I think of it. And it has to start by thinking out loud. I'm going to be honest with you. I started making a list in 2012 of 100 people. And I made a list of anybody who came to mind. That was from my son's teacher, from my neighbors, from my class, my teacher, co-workers, It came from everywhere you would think of. And then I didn't have a big social media following at that time. I maybe had 300, 200 followers on Instagram, and Facebook was only for friends and my family. Once I opened myself up, that's where it started to come. But for 6 months of my business, it was fully that 100 list of people. Then Norris came, and La Pobre, she had nobody left because I had taken all the family members. So she had to build from the cold market. And you'll hear us talk a lot about that. All right. So you need to write your list of 100 people, because those are the people you're going to send invites to. You're going to talk to them on the phone. You're going to speak to them about what it is you're doing. And sometimes, guys, it's going to require that you be specific, you know? And this is what I said to my sister. Look, Norris, I'm going to need you to go to Emerald because I need to be Diamond, because my income needs to grow, because I need to leave this job and I need this to support my home. And we stuck together like white on rice, and we got to work. She got herself to Emerald and right away into Diamond, and we built the team. And then I had another coach, and then I had Giselle. Giselle did the same. Giselle went Emerald, then Giselle went Diamond, and I became a 2-star Diamond coach. Not by myself, but because they helped me get there. And then I became a 2-star Diamond coach, which gave me the rights to now earn bonuses, get access to different groups, get more training, get more experience, understand more the business, and stay here, right? So if you're in here for the long term, you decide what is it that you want and you go for it. And you explain to people, this is what I'm doing. I'm passionate about helping people, and I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need you to do this because I need your support. And as a matter of fact, you're going to be using it too. Like, your kids may need daily sunshine. You may find some benefit in using Shakeology. There's a fitness program that you can do, and you can use the performance line. So we have the tools that solve the problems. We just have to be open, keep our eyes open, keep our ears open, and listen to what people need, because we have the solution. Any questions or like suggestions on what you're going to be doing for rank advancement? What is your goal?
My goal is to get, Henry, my husband, he's on my left leg and my mom is on my right leg. So I'm going to get them both two coaches, and then help Lily, who's on my left, regain her Emerald, and Martha, she's a new coach, to help her become Emerald.
Are they on opposite sides?
And they're on opposite sides.
That's awesome.
Because my goal is to become a solid Diamond, because I'm a lifetime Diamond, but I need to have more Emeralds to sustain my Diamond.
Okay. And by achieving Success Club, because that's the other thing, you're achieving Success Club, and you're maintaining the people that you have within you.
And Success Club, yeah. My goal is Success Club. My first goal is Success Club 5, so it means I'm going to help 3 people. Then I'm going to help like Henry and my mom first, and then go back to my goal is to end up with Success Club 10.
That's a good strategy. So you cover your team first, your business, and then
yes, and the
others. All right. Anybody else?
I have a question. And I'm still going through like my training and stuff like that. I think I've been trying to touch base with you and stuff, and I'm hoping to complete at least the first phase by this weekend. How, I guess if I'm starting from nothing, right? And I'm not a coach out there. So I guess with my post, that's where I'm going to start stirring the pot pretty much.
You're going to start stirring the pot with your post, but you're going to have to take a little bit more of an action step by having conversations.
Okay.
So you're going to have conversations. You're going to have to come out publicly and like say on social media, I am look, I started, like, you're going to start with your story. So you're going to start by like sharing out loud.
Okay.
I am in this new journey where I'm making changes in my health and fitness. And I need accountability, because in all essence, you want accountability. You want others to hold you accountable. If you're looking for someone to hold you accountable, let's do this together. Message me. I would love to share more. The people who constantly like on your post, like if on a daily basis you're following the SOS that we're going to share, which is you add value, you entertain, then you privately message them and you say to them, thank you so much for supporting my journey. Are you also on a health and fitness journey too? And
Okay.
they'll say yes, or they'll say no, or they won't. They'll look at it and keep walking. Sometimes you'll say, this is a random question, and I'll share these scripts with you. You can put them in your own words. So this is random, I know, but I'm looking to help 2 to 3 people in the month of February. Would you be open to learning more about this? Now you're putting the ball on their court and you're specifically asking, do I have your permission to say more? So it gives them that idea. You also want to create curiosity in your post. So don't use the picture of you holding Shakeology in your post, because automatically they can go Google it and buy it on themselves. You want to call Shakeology, like Jatana Jackson mentioned, something that creates curiosity. Like I call it my superfood, my plant-based drink, my Energize, my mom lifer, things, whatever, like your unicorn, whatever you want to call it, that gives people the idea that it's benefiting you. You want to share recipes. Like this is another one that I always use. You want, like, I'll post on my Instagram stories, I'm making this. Do you guys want to know what I'm making? And people will message me like, yeah, send me the recipe. And that's where I have a conversation. So I'm having conversations about the recipe. And then I'll say, do you struggle with nutrition? Would you be open for me to share with you one of my programs that has been working for me? And always bring it back to you.
Okay.
I was having a conversation with Jeanette, and we were talking about the difference between posting to post and posting with intention.
Intention. Okay.
So I love that Mickey explained a little bit more about this too. Like I'm very into quotes. I'm very much into things that are inspiring, but I also have, whatever they do to me, I have to post it out there with a call to action or educating others. Like, do this. This is one thing. Break it down. You want to set goals? Here's one thing that I'm doing. Like right now, what we're doing today, masterminding together, setting clear goals, and then ideas on what to do to tackle that, not just leaving you in the air. So the same thing for people. You want them to live healthy, but what do they have to do to be healthy? So give them a clip, give them a short notice. Like, I have a hard time drinking water, but if I add lime rinds into my water, it makes it easier for me to drink it. How much water do you drink on a daily basis? If you find something on Pinterest that has, like, I find like bottles that are already labeled. I take a snapshot, I put my name on it. Oh, look, one of my challengers came up with this idea, and I share it with them, and it's helping them drink more water. I hope you find it useful too. You also want to share what's happening in your own groups. You want to go in and share like the successes that are happening, the changes that are happening, the mindset shifts that are occurring, because you want to create credibility.
Okay.
Back to intention. So there's a difference between saying, I finished my workout, as to, I don't work out just because I want to get a good sweat. I work out because I want to build my confidence. As simple as that. If you don't have ideas on what to say, sometimes just going into Pinterest and just searching at the beginning to kind of see what makes you stop, right? I love Shaun T because he's very specific when he speaks, And I get ideas from listening or watching other people, and then I turn it into my own. Twitter is very helpful. You follow different accounts that I don't use Twitter to tweet. I use Twitter to search. So for example, I follow like Health Magazine, Heart Magazine, I follow Women Magazine, and then from there they tell you suggested people to follow, and you get ideas on what to say. If you are, I would say every other day, if not every day, you have to have a specific invitation. And you'll see me do this almost every other day or every day, if not that. Which means I am saying my next group starts on blank date. Sign up now. The spots fill up fast. That is a specific invitation. And in that specific invitation, I'm giving them what is it that they're going to get. Okay. So I'm saying if you're looking to lose 10 to 20 to 30, 40 pounds, if you want to feel good, you know, spring break is around the corner and you want to buy new clothes and feel confident in it, this is something for you. And we'll share more of these ideas. And this is where the community of support is going to come into play. But just by posting to be posting is not important. Sometimes you'll notice that I'll post things. Like today, I got into this rant because it is true. I found 3 white hairs in my hair.
Solamente 3.
See, and it's driving me insane. So I'm keeping with if I go with a rant, I am right. I have this problem with white hair, and I'm talking about dyeing my hair. And I went onto Facebook and I posted, you know, I'm asking for a friend. What are some strategies? What that does is, I don't really want to know what they have to say. But what that does is it brings interaction into my page. And later, I'm going to post a direct invitation into Facebook. So it's going to be seen by more people than if I had not posted all day long and then I come and post my invitation. Nobody's going to see it. Any questions on that or clarifications with the difference between posting a direct invitation or just posting without intention?
That's clear.
Well, doing that also, it almost makes it seem like you value people's opinion. I'm not saying that you don't, but como tú dices, like you don't really care. Like you're not going to, if they tell you to, dye it blue, you're not going to go ahead and dye it blue. But you're going to say, you're going to say, hey, that's a great idea. You know, I never thought of that. And you kind of interact. So that kind of brings, you know, more.
And it makes you human. I love social media because, listen, not only am I there, I've met so many great people that I have as friends now, thanks to social media. And it's because I'm open to having conversations and I don't have the ching, 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 ching sign in my eyes. I rather serve you and let you be the judge if you want to be part of my team than be on your ass every single day. Are you going to buy from me? Are you going to buy from me? Are you going to do it? No, if you don't want it, it's okay. I keep looking. I keep going because there's more people. There's how many millions of people in the US and they're here and waiting for somebody to help them. So I'm not interested in my family. I'm not interested in my friends. I'm not even interested in the people who are already following me. I'm interested in the people who are getting new eyes into my account. All right. So always before you post, press go, you're going to ask yourself, so what? So what? Is your post entertaining? Is your post educating? Is your post empowering? And does your post have a call to action? Not all posts have to have a call to action, but every now and then, ask people, do you think? And we have to be a little bit careful because a few things have changed. Like I know that we're no longer doing like vote A, B, C, or D because now it shadows us. But you can always say, you know, share your opinion with me. And I'll go onto Instagram stories and say, guys, I need your help. Can you please comment in my picture? And they'll go in and they'll do that. If we see each other's post, make sure you comment something that has like more than 4 words. Don't just say love it, but be like, you know, respond back because that brings it up for each other as well. And we're here as a team. Although we're not part of the same Team Cup. We're here as a same team looking to help more people. And with that brings me to using the community of support. What I've done this year is try to have pockets of smaller chats. And I know we have a large chat where we have success partners. In that chat, a lot of things get lost, but it is a good place to go in and ask questions that you need answered immediately. As a leader, it is very useful if you get accustomed to going into those chats and either adding value, sharing something that you found that was helpful to grow your business, just saying what it is that you're working on. I love that Jatana Jackson spoke about taking one product a day and sharing as a team what is it that that product is doing for them. I'm working on a calendar, like on a spread, to see how we can do that, so that let's say on a Monday meet the Monday blues, like you need energize in your life. And if you're going to post about energize in your stories, you know you're going to be going in on what it does for you. And then you're going to do calls to action about that. And then if we're talking about Shakeology, but what is Shakeology doing for me? And you're going to share about that. So it kind of helps us guide. And if we give each other ideas and we share with one another what it does for each of us, then we can share with others and see if it connects with them as well. Hi, cutie. The other thing is, I know that we have right now, thanks to social media, like we have a lot of information at our hands, and it can feel paralyzing at points, but keep your blinders on. So I know that I'm part of a gazillion groups. Beachbody Champions page. I'm part of the leader pages. I'm part of my own team pages. I'm part of a whole bunch of other pages. But I pick and choose where I need to go. And every day I know that on Mondays, I know for sure, I need to be in Team Beachbody 411, because that's where the Monday National Wake Up Call is going to be had. And any announcements that I need to have are going to be in the Team Beachbody 411 page. So that's a page that on Mondays, I'm checking. But on Monday nights, I'm checking also for Team Eagles team call. And then on Tuesdays, I'm checking Beachbody Champion page, and I'm looking to see any videos. I'm searching to see if there anything came up, like Success Club tips, how to be, leadership ladder team, all of those things. I'm looking because there's a search bar in each of these pages. I don't have to go through the whole thing to try to find something that captures my mind. I'm looking for a question, I search for it, and I get my answer. We have the coach page. We pay our $15.95, $16. I don't even know how much we pay for that. I'm very thankful for that because we don't deal with customer service. We don't have to have all of this stuff mastered or saved in our homes. And we also have all the trainings in our fingertips in the coach office. So if you don't have access to Facebook from work and you have free time to educate yourself, then go in the coach office into the training tab and get more knowledge and then apply it. Don't just listen to something, but listen and then go and do. Whether you do it right or not, who cares? But at least you're doing it and you're not just thinking about it. FAQ. If you're looking for forms, if you're looking for information, I don't think none of us have all of this information in our hands. Google, FAQ, videos on YouTube. I even go in, today I was looking for a pad thai recipe, and I went to Facebook and I was like, let me see what I can find. And I found something. So no question is a stupid question. If you're asking it, that means somebody else is having that same question as well. Don't keep it to yourself and be like, I shouldn't ask that because this is so stupid. But you know what? I'm sure that another person is thinking the same thing and they don't dare ask. So you be the brave one and you go ask. I think, guys, I touched, invest in your business. So this right here is my friend. So I make videos every single day. See, this little tool right here, it turns like that, so I can stand my phone on it and I can turn it around. So if I'm going live on Instagram, it's, I don't know, vertical. And if I need it horizontal, it goes like that as well. I don't know, Norris, how much this costs. I bought this from Amazon.
I don't remember, but it's from Amazon.
I'll share the link.
And the history, yeah.
It's Uzun. I will share that in the team page, because a lot of us need, to get a little bit better with our selfies.
Oh, yes. I need that.
And we need to use our phones. Our phones have a self-timer that don't think I have a camera person hanging with me everywhere I go. What I do when I'm working out is I schedule my timer and I stand 10 seconds hasta que it goes.
That's me.
And
I need to learn that.
And then
me too. That'll make 3 of us.
And then I edit the picture and I post it. Same thing with video.
About, when you do snippets of your workout?
So I use Splice. I prefer Splice. I think others use VideoShop. I love Splice because you plop in. So other people use iMovie. I find that Splice is easy for me. So I'll take with 80 Day Obsession, because the workouts are so long. What I do is I take 5-minute clips of myself doing a move. And then when the workout is over, then I will stop it. And then today there was 3-4 rounds. For each round, I recorded myself for the first 5 minutes. And then the rest of the workout, I went straight through. I didn't stop. I didn't record myself. I just went all in. Some days I need to learn the steps first, and then I got to go and put myself to record. Then I cut the video into 15-second clips so that I have a total of a 1-minute video together.
Okay.
And I will use Splice, and sometimes I will use Pick, Play, Post. And in Splice, what I like is that you can add music, and you do not get flagged by Instagram, and they don't shut you down.
Okay.
Is that an app, a free app, or no?
I believe they're free, but I always suggest getting the paid one, because I don't think it looks good for a business owner to have the watermark, the watermark of the actual thing. So I usually pay, because I don't buy all the apps. I stick with apps that I know I'm gonna use, and I'll share my apps with you. I have Splice, Photofy. I use Magisto. I have the business one. And that's it. I think those are my only videos. Oh, and Ripple. I pay the $10 for Ripple.
I find that the less apps we have, get to know a few, know them well, and always go back to them, because it's faster. I think the more apps we start trying and paying for things that we never use.
That's my problem. I don't want to get anything, and then
I find that Ripple $10 for me is worth it. I am going to start learning to use it. I use Pick, Play, Post. But for me, my niche is food. So Unervis is more on the fitness level. So you got to know how your visual is. For me, it's always been more food than fitness. So I haven't learned too much about Splice. And the angle of my workouts are more on the straight, because I work out in the kitchen, so I don't have a lot of space to work with. So it all depends on your space and stuff like that.
So guys, and feel free. We're all going to be busy. We're all going to be doing our own thing, but feel free to share information, to go in the team page and say, guys, look, I'm using this and it's really coming in really well. People are responding well to it. I did it on Instagram stories, and a lot of people are asking more questions. I did this vote because sometimes we don't even know what to ask people to vote on. And if we share our votes, then we'll get ideas from one another. And that's where I was saying that I've tried to bring in the pockets of the smaller groups. So there's like a new coach group, there's an emerald and rising group, and then there's a diamond and above group. Feel free to ask questions in those groups because you are all at the same level. Like nobody knows more than anybody. We're here to learn. And I promise you, if we stick together like a team, we're going to succeed like a team. And finally, mindset is everything. I went ahead and I printed Change Maker Daily Affirmations. And I'm going to share this with you guys because what we do starts with believing that we can. And if you lack self-confidence in knowing that you will be the person you hope to be tomorrow, then you need to every single day say it out loud in front of a mirror, walk like you believe it, act like you are there, and just wait and see it happen because it will happen. So I will post this in the page as well. It's like I walk my own path. I pave my own way. That means there's no other person like you. You are you, and be okay with being yourself. My story qualifies me. Do not wait to go to school to learn to tell your story. You have a story since the moment you stepped foot on this earth. There's a story that needs to be told, and you need to stop asking that you don't have a story. You have a story, and your story has power, and your story will impact others. But you have to start telling it. As simple as where you grew up. It starts with that. My purpose isn't expressed through someone else's ideals. Yes, we all have similar ideals, and it's great that we agree. But it's also great that we friendly disagree and that we stand our own ground. And that's where I've learned to keep my blinders on. You do you, I do me. We work together, but we don't have to scramble together, in other words. I stand in my own power. You are not going to take anyone else's power away by helping them, and no one else has the power to steal from your power. You stand in your own power. I own my shade of brilliance. There's something inside of you that nobody else brings to the table. You have something unique that is yours and yours alone. Own it, discover it, and walk in it. I am responsible for my purpose. I've been reading a lot about our purpose and our gifts and what we've been given. And when we're no longer here on earth, we're going to be asked to give a whole breakdown of what we did with the gifts that were given to us. So we have a purpose inside of us, and we're responsible to make it live or let it die. It's up to you. Most people's purpose have died at the age of 25 because they're too afraid to try. No one can come between me and what I am meant to do. What is for you will never, ever pass you. And if you are meant for greatness, only you can stop yourself. Nobody else can. I put my best self in all I say and do. If you said you were going to do something, unless you're dying, bleeding, or on the way to the hospital, show up. Show up. And if you can only do your best, then that's as best as it's gonna get. You couldn't do more, but you didn't stop showing up. And if you gave somebody your word that you were gonna be there, whether it was on a phone call or through a post or through a message, show up. Show up. I honor who I am in mind, body, and soul. You are not made by yourself. Whoever you believe made you, made you. But honor what you have, what you own. Nourish your mind, nourish your body, nourish your soul. And strengthen yourself. And I am not afraid of hard work. Go for the hard. Every single day, whatever seems easy, run away from easy. Whatever is hard, whatever makes you sweat, whatever makes you doubt, go for it. Because that's where you're going to find your greatness. That's where you're going to answer the questions that you've been lingering around because you're too afraid, because you haven't been stepping into it. And I promise you, every single day, read this out loud, walk in it, believe in it. I kind of defined why I posted it, but you can go back to this video and rewatch it. All righty, my friends, that is all. I really thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everybody who added your input.
Thank you.
Let's rock February. And I'm going to go back and check on the answers of all of your questions. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
Have a good one. Bye.